Chapter 3. The Time Lost Realm. Emma found herself standing in awe, surrounded by a vast otherworldly landscape. The sky above was a canvas of swirling colors, deep indigo blending into vibrant orange, with streaks of shimmering gold that resembled the auroras of the Arctic. The air was filled with a faint melodic hum, like the resonance of a distant celestial choir. In the distance, towering structures rose from the ground, some sleek and metallic, others ancient and crumbling. Floating islands drifted lazily in the sky, connected by bridges of shimmering light. Bioluminescent plants dotted the landscape, casting an eerie glow on the ground. It was as if she had stepped into a dream, a place where different epochs coexisted in a delicate balance. As Emma ventured further, she encountered beings that defied description, humanoid yet fluid in form. They shifted between solid and ethereal. Their eyes glowed with an ancient wisdom, and when they spoke, their words resonated deep within Emma's mind, bypassing her ears entirely, telepathically. These beings, the guardians of time, explained that the Chrono-Mosiac was not merely a time machine but a sacred device that maintained a balance between different temporal realms. But over the centuries, the mosaic had been become destabilized and time threads had begun to unravel, causing distortions across the space-time continuum. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Emma knew that she had to restore the mosaic to its original state. The fate of these realms, and perhaps even her own world, depended on it. Chapter 4. The Restoration. Emma knew that restoring the Chrono-Mosiac would not be a simple task. The Guardians had warned her that the tiles she needed were hidden within different epochs, each guarded by powerful entities and intricate challenges designed to test not just the intellect, but the spirit and heart. Her journey through the time-lost realm would demand every bit of courage, knowledge, and resolve she possessed. Task 1. The Sphinx Riddle in the Ancient Desert. The first destination was an ancient desert, a vast golden expanse where the sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the dunes. In the distance, a massive pyramid rose from the sands, its stone steps weathered by time yet still imposing. Emma could feel the heat of the desert pressing down on her, the air thick with the scent of dust and history. As she approached the pyramid, a colossal sphinx like creature emerged from the sand, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. The sphinx was majestic and terrifying, its body part lion, part eagle, and its face that of a regal, ancient woman. The sphinx's voice rumbled through the air, a deep, resonant sound that seemed to come down from the earth itself. To pass and claim what you seek, you must answer my riddle. Fail, and you shall be lost to the sands of time. The riddle it posed was ancient, rooted in the knowledge of the cosmos. In the night sky, I am the first to rise and the last to set. I am the heart of the scorpion and the rival of Mars. My light is both a blessing and a warning, a harbinger of change. What am I? Emma's mind raced. This riddle wasn't just a play on words, it required a profound understanding of the stars and the ancient law and the knowledge of constellations. She thought back to her studies to the myths and legends passed down through generations on cosmology. The riddle spoke of a star one with a complex and storied history, the heart of the scorpion. Emma remembered her star charts and the legends surrounding the constellation Scorpius. The answer lay in the star Antares, often called the rival of Mars because of its reddish hue and the brightest star in the constellation. Antares, Emma whispered, then replied more firmly. The answer is Antares, the heart of the scorpion. The Sphinx eyes gleamed with approval and slowly lowered its massive head in a nod. You've answered correctly, wise one. The first tile is yours. The ground before the Sphinx shifted, revealing an ancient stone tablet with a glowing tile embedded in the center. Emma carefully lifted the tile, feeling its cool, smooth surface as if it had been touched by the stars themselves. The pyramids behind the Sphinx began to dissolve into the sands as the desert winds picked up, urging her onward to the next task. Task 2. The AI maze in the futuristic dystopian world. The next challenge took Emma to a sprawling futuristic metropolis, a city of towering skyscrapers, their surfaces gleaming with reflective metal and glass. The air buzzed with the hum of advanced technology, with flying cars and neon lights bathed the streets in a kaleidoscope of colors. Yet beneath the surface beauty there was an eerie silence, as if the city itself was watching her. In the heart of the city stood an enormous, ever-shifting maze made of holographic walls and laser grids. At the entrance, a sleek humanoid figure materialized, an AI guardian known as the Monitor with a voice as cold and mechanical as the environment around it. To obtain the next tile, you must navigate this maze, the AI intoned. But we warned, each wrong turn could trap you here forever. Emma knew this would be a test of her logic and quick thinking, of computational mathematics. The wall of the maze were constantly moving and the paths changed every few seconds. To make matters worse, the AI had the ability to alter the maze at will, creating dead ends and traps designed to mislead her and maroon her. Drawing on her understanding of pattern and spatial reasoning, Emma started navigating the maze. She made herself careful calculations, observing the rhythm of the shifting walls and predicting their movements. Several times she found herself at a dead end, but instead of panicking, she used her knowledge of the city's advanced tech to hack into the maze's control system using a hidden console she discovered. With each successful bypass, she moved closer to the center. After what felt like an eternity of dodging lesions and outsmarting the AI's tricks, Emma finally reached the core of the maze. There, hovering above a pedestal of light, was the second tile, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. The AI appeared once more, but this time it offered no resistance. Instead, it simply stated, "You have passed the test. The tile is yours." Emma took the tile and felt a surge of accomplishment. The maze dissolved into nothingness, and the city's eerie silence returned as she prepared for the final challenge. Task 3: The Beast in the Primordial Forest. The final challenge brought Emma to a dense ancient forest so thick with trees the sunlight barely penetrated the canopy. The air was cool, damp, and filled with sounds of life, both seen and unseen. The ground was covered in thick, mossy undergrowth, and the soil was slushy, and bioluminescent plants cast an eerie greenish light, illuminating her path. But this forest was far from peaceful. Emma could sense the presence of something powerful, something colossal and titan like, something primal lurking in the shadows. As she ventured deeper into the forest, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. Suddenly, the forest floor trembled and a massive creature emerged from the shadows. It was a beast out of legend, part wolf, part dragon, with eyes that glowed like embers in the darkness. It spread steam in the cooler and let out a low, rumbling growl that shook the very trees around it. The beast was the guardian of the final tile, and it was clear that this challenge would be unlike any she had faced before. This wasn't a test of knowledge or technology, it was a battle of wills and commitment. Emma knew that the brute force wouldn't work. Instead, she had to outthink the beast. She carefully observed its movement, noticing that it seemed to be drawn to light and sound. Using the bioluminescent plants around her, Emma created a diversion, setting up a decoy that glowed brightly in the distance. The beast, intrigued by the sudden light, moved away from her. Seizing the opportunity, Emma stealthily approached the area where the final tile was hidden, nestled in the roots of a massive ancient tree. But as she reached for the tile, the beast realized the tricks and charged back towards her. In a moment of sheer adrenaline and pressure, Emma grabbed the tile and used the tree's towering branches to escape the beast's path. She climbed higher and higher until she reached a safe vantage point out of the creature's reach. From there, she watched as the beast, unable to find her, finally retreated to the shadows. With the final tile in hand, Emma carefully descended from the tree, her heart pounding. She knew that she had narrowly escaped with a life, but the reward was worth the risk. The path ahead began to clear, leading her back to the realm's entrance, where the guardians awaited her. Conclusion: The final assemble. With all three tiles in her possession, Emma returned to the central location where her journey had begun. The guardians stood in a circle, their forms glowing with approval. One by one, Emma placed the tiles into the Chrono-Mosiac. As the final tile clicked into the place, the entire realm began to stabilize. The skies cleared, the floating islands aligned, and the ancient ruins began to rebuild themselves. The balance of time was restored, and the realm breathed a collective sigh of relief. The guardians thanked Emma for her bravery and offered her the choice to stay as a new guardian or return to her own time. Emma, with a sense of fulfillment, chose to return to New York, knowing her journey as a historian was far from over. When she stepped back into her study, the portal faded, leaving the Chrono-Mosiac dormant once more. Emma carefully placed it on a shelf, knowing its secrets were now safe, waiting for the next adventure to discover. But the adventure had changed Emma forever. She would carry the lessons learned and the experiences gained with her, always knowing that the time itself had chosen her for this task.